You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Welcome to the Doug Bellcast. And now, here is your host, the star of Ring My Bell, Doug Bell. Give yourselves a hand. How you doing? It's Bell. Another Bellcast. Strap in. This is going to be like next level ride to a crazy planet. Not like Jeffy Bezos, but like, just one of those things where we're going to cover some ground, right? So people are asking me to tell the Steve Spielberg story, which it's cool. He's director. And I was out in LA. I was out there in La La Land, doing what I'm doing, going out there taking some meetings. It's about 2 years ago. I'm out there taking some meetings because, again, the whole Ring My Bell thing. I'm like, before I even came public, I could feel like a bell in the air. There was like a bell in the air. You could feel the bell in the air. And I'm like, I've been doing this research and stuff, and like talking to people on the street, and so anyway, I'm out there in La La Land, whatever. They're scared of me out there because I just go out there and I just take over places. And I'm walking into this, I'm in this restaurant, right? And I got to use the can. I have stomach problems. Might be diverticulitis. I'm not sure. Actually, a lot of nuts, and a lot of times I can't hold it, so I got to rush into the bathroom. And you know how these snooty maitre-d', so snooty. But I walked in there, and maitre d' was looking at something, so I walk right by him. Boom, going to the can. I got cop squad. So I walk by and I see this little private room. It was an Italian place. I had to go in there and get like a little pasta, whatever. I like pasta. I never ate there though. It looked like everyone was wearing suits, and I was like, me, like Bell, just what are you wearing, Bell? I got my my hat. I'm wearing my birthday suit. So I walk in. I'm walking towards the back, and I look in, and I see Steve Spielberg. He's back there with his wife and a family and a couple of kids, and there's like balloons all over. And so I'm like, I see a party, man. I mean, because again, I know how to have fun. I walk right into the room. And I go, Steve, I point at him. He looks up at me like, I know he probably knows from the show. I'm surprised his kids weren't going crazy when they see me, but that might be a little bit before their time. He looks around like he's looking for somebody, probably to go like, get Bill a chair or something. I don't know, but he kept looking at me. And I look at him and I go, it's Doug Bell. It's Doug Bell. I'm doing the ET thing, It's Doug Bell. Everybody stops in the whole thing, the kids are all looking up. They're trying to figure out, like, all right, what's going on? Like this, how crazy is this going to get? They probably think I'm like the entertainment for the party. There's like a bunch of like young teenagers, and they're probably like, this is our entertainment. This guy's crazy, and I could see like everybody was ready just to go to the moon. And I'm like, I'm Doug Bell. I'm pointing out, I'm like, ET. I'm doing that to everybody. Hello, I'm Doug Bell. Like remember the Elliot finger, the ET? And then it hits me, the line of the century. He picks up the phone, right? And he's texting somebody. I go, he's probably telling people to come in here and check this out. Like, I know he's got it's silent. Like none of them are saying anything. None of them are saying a word. So no one's saying a word. So I walk over and I point at him, and he's on the phone. I'm like, what are you doing? There's a party here, dude. And I go, I'm Doug Belliot. Doug Belliot. And I'm pointing at him. And I'm like, I know the place is going to break up, but they're all looking like, boom, what is it? You know, like this Bell's, how crazy is it going to get? Like, this must be the entertainment. And so I'm pointing, I'm like, Doug Belliot. Doug Belliot. Doug Belliot. I'm doing it with both fingers. Doug Belliot. Doug Belliot. I'm saying it over and over again. Right? I'm like, I'm going to get because I got a movie idea. I'm like, Steve is going to go crazy. Like, I know he hears like some movie pitches sometimes. He probably gets a couple of them like a week or a month. And I go, but he's going to love this whole like funny, like I have like they have cop buddy movies. This was going to be like an astronaut buddy movie. Like, cause they're like, this is the space race again. And I go, me and Kev Hart will be like two buddies in space. So I like, if Steve will do this picture, this will really help a lot, this movie. So I'm going, Doug Belliot, just pointing, and they're looking at me like, how are they not going to enjoy it, right? So again, I wish I can remember kind of part of it. I was a little, it was like 8:30 at night, and believe me, I was not coming from church. I was in a bar, and I got asked to leave at like 6. Like, I had an argument with a guy. Anyway, I walked out. I was like, fudge this. So I sit down, right? And this guy walks in. He works at the big guy works at the restaurant. And he goes, can I help you, sir? And I'm like, yeah, let me get I'll take a cup of pop. Ordered a cup of pop, I'm like, I'll have a cup of pop and talk to Steve. So he goes, you supposed to be here, sir? I go, Steve, look at this. I'm like trying to get the guy fired because again, I'm not sober. I'm like pointing at him. I'm like, you know who I am? And he goes, no. I go, I'm Doug Belliot. Like, I was just like, I figured everybody was gonna be cracking up. Like, at this guy actually telling the entertainment that they can't be in there having fun. It's a party. There's balloons. I'm like taking the balloon. I'm like flopping my hand between two of them. I got the bell. I'm like all these like 14, 15 year olds. That's what teenagers like. They like a funny clown guy with a bell. I'm like, And guy didn't just get it. So he grabs me, he stands me up. And I go, you better get out, you better get away from me, or my pet shark's gonna get you. And I looked at Steve and he like kind of smiled, but I go, my pet shark's gonna get you. And I figured he'd like at least know that I understood that Steve did that movie. But he's like, you gotta leave, sir. And I'm like, Steve, and I'm like, I saw it was I don't remember the kid's name, but I saw the birthday person because they had like a cake in front of them. So whatever the name was, whatever it was, Gertrude, whatever, Gertrude, tell him, I'm at your birthday party. And I'm getting angry. I'm upset because he's like embarrassing me. He's embarrassing Steve and embarrassing little Gertrude. I wish I could remember her name. I think it was Gertrude. But he's like throwing me out. I got the bell going. I'm like, what are these kids not going to have fun? And a couple of them got up and left the room. One girl got up, and then the birthday girl started crying. And I'm like, see, you're like ruining everything. I told the guy, right? And I almost got physical, but I didn't want to go to jail. So I was like, hands off, my man, hands off. I go, I got a movie idea for this man, and this man makes movies. And I start pointing at Steve. I'm like, do you know I'm getting loud too? And other people in the restaurant are kind of coming over to the door to look it in, right? Because I know that if like Steve sees all these people coming over, he's gonna probably like feel like galvanized to do like a picture. So I'm calling him, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, this man did Schindler List. I said Schindler List was him. I said he was in Schindler. I was a little, that was, 2 bells in the wind. I go, he was in Schindler List. and I was like my pet shark. I'd done the shark thing. I Doug Belly. Like I knew the whole catalog. But the guy asked me to leave. But I told Steve, I'm gonna call you, man. I got this movie idea. Me and Kev Hart. What the elevator pitch thing? You know, I'm like just cop buddy. You know, but we're astronaut buddies. I'm saying to him, you know, as they're asking me, as they're pulling me out. But I understood, like, hey, dude, it's so political out in LA. Like, you can't do anything without, like, that bouncer probably had like a script that he wanted to like show Steve, and he's jealous. He goes, "God, cripes, Bell's gonna come in and wreck it. He's gonna take the movie opportunity." Like, I understand it, man. I've been in the showbiz for a while, but I write all the way out. I'm just doing that on the way out. Yeah, they understood. Like, I know Steve loved it. Like, he was probably like, you know, the kids loved it, free entertainment. I was happy to do it. Beard looks good, right? Like, I like that. Like, just like mature. Like, I catch myself sometimes like, doing what's up? What's going on with you? Like, people see this and they're like, what's this guy got to say? You know, like, it's like a respect thing, you know? Like, you walk around with a beard and people are like, what's this guy? He's got some, what's his point of view? What's he want to talk about? Like, has he got some political stuff to say, or is he a humorist? What is this guy? You know, like, that's why I like to show the gray too, like, because I'm not like some kid. Like, sure, I can act like a kid. You know, you give me this, I'm like, yeah. But you know, I got like, you know, like distinguished. Like, well, don't let the earrings fool you. Like, I know the earrings say like I'm wild, but you know. So I didn't even get to have my cup of pop. I was so mad. Crazy that they did. I bet you that guy got fired. I should follow up on that. I meant to call, but that's 2 years ago. They probably wouldn't remember that incident, but it was just, you know, who knows what's gonna happen. And then somebody asked me too, because recent Steph GERMANOTTY. I like Steph GERMANOTTY. You might know her as Lady Gaga, but I seen her and I was like, Steph GERMANOTTY, get over here, you know, because I seen her back years ago when she was doing some East Village show. I was hot on Ring My Bell, and I was down there, and I'm like, I walk in and I see this lady, Gaga, and I'm like, give me your name. I don't like Steph, you know, Doug Bell, damn glad to meet you, you know. And I'm like, yo, mama, they were monsters tonight. And I'm not saying she took it, but all of a sudden, hey, mama monster, you know. So I'm like, I was a big deal then. Like, I walked in and people were like, oh, is that Bell? Like, nobody would come over or say anything, but I could see like they were there. So I see Steph, and I walk over to her and I'm like, hey, you did a good, I was kind of like mentoring to her. I was like, you did a good singing up there, kid. And I told her that. And I think it like really got to her, probably gave her some confidence, because I was such a hot number at the time. And I'm like, you did some good singing, kid. And I think that she was like probably blown away. I even took the bell out because I always had it. This is my bell. This was a big bronze bell. And because this was in like Ring My Bell heyday. So I pull it out and I'm like, hey, give yourself some confidence. And she just looked, what? Like, she didn't want to do it. But I think, again, she was like so blown away by the moment. She was afraid that that it would just like she wouldn't do it right or whatever. But I was like, God, mama, these monsters were crazy for you tonight. And I bet you she heard that. Because I said, like, as she was going by, like, she didn't really, after the bell thing, she kind of like went to the bathroom. I think that she was probably on angel dust. That's what I think. And she goes, what? And I go, mama, the monsters went crazy for you. So I think that's what I said, something like that. Like, yeah, mama, those monsters went crazy. Yeah, yeah. So I told that to somebody. He goes, no, you didn't. Because my friend, Teddy Rowe was there. Teddy Rowe, he was a bassist in another band. He did drunk driving accident, long story. That band went, because the lead singer lost a leg. and he sued Teddy Rowe. It was a whole thing. So Teddy was with me. He's on the crutch, and he's still grieving, because I'm talking about how great it is to be in the music business and blah blah. And I forget that he's got like, a broken leg, and the lead singer had lost his leg. So Teddy's upset. But Teddy, he told me, he goes, no, you said I said that to her. I go, hey, Mom, and the monsters really loved you. And he goes, no, you didn't, Bell. You put your thumb up and you went, hey, right on. I'm like, no, I'm not, what am I, the mayor of Lame City? So Teddy Rowe, I don't talk to him anymore. He's full of turkey. Teddy Rowe's full of turkey. But anyway, this was a lot of fun, man. I hope, like I told, people tell me the Steve Spielberg and the STEPH GERMANOTTY, but you call her Lady Gaga. I call her Steph because, what's she gonna call me? You know what I mean? Host to ring my bell. Nah, she's gonna go, hey Bell, get over here, give me a hug. But anyway, I'll talk to you on the other side. Remember, fly wild, stay gold. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell, Doug's bell, ring Doug's bell. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell, Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell,